Hi everybody, welcome back. Now, a couple of weeks ago we did an update video for you, basically telling you that we're selling our caravan, and we had a heck of a lot of comments to that video. We had some wonderful comments and some great feedback. People who are in the same boat as us that want to buy a new caravan. There's people who are suggesting their layouts and their models and things to look out for when buying this particular layout. And there was also people who are completely new to this, looking to buy their very first caravan. And everybody has said that they're really looking forward to our journey and to see how we choose the new caravan and what we are looking for. So today is the start of that process. Now Chloe's at school and Angela's at work, but I thought I'd just do this quick update video for you today and start to show you how we are figuring out what we want to look for in a new caravan. Now, we're in a fairly fortunate position because we have previously owned a caravan. We know what works for us and we know what doesn't work for us. If you've never owned a caravan before, how do you know what's going to work for you? How do you know that what you should be looking for in a new caravan? You see, the whole market and the whole industry, it's just a minefield of unknowns, especially for people who've never owned a caravan before. I hope that the process that we are going through now, you should pick up some tips and also pick up some ideas on how to try and narrow down your search into a caravan which is good for you. Now, if you follow us on Twitter, you would have already seen me tweeting a picture, hang on, of this, which is our board of what we want and what we don't want. Well, very simply, we're using post-it notes. Angela, Chloe and myself sat down at the kitchen table and we each had a go at writing down things that we don't like about our caravan. We then each had a go at writing down things that we love about our caravan and then things that we want from the new caravan. So as you can see, it's a fairly exhaustive list that we have here. Over here we've got things that we love, things that we don't like and things that we want. Let me go through some of the points on the list. Oh, I've got to turn it around. So the things that we like about our caravan, well, we love the colour scheme. I like the skylight. The heating and the hot water facility is brilliant. The weight of the caravan is perfect for us because of the tow car that we have. The gas locker size, comfy sofas, the carpets, which are easy to take out and easy to clean. The lights, which we really like. It's warm. It's got a relaxing atmosphere. It's got a big bathroom, dual fuel hob, and the storage and the wet locker. And you can see there's some correlation here of things that we really like. So we all like the colour scheme. We all like the way that the caravan makes us feel relaxed. You know, when we first bought the caravan, Angela and I sat in the caravan for about half an hour and we just sat there and we just took in the vibe of the caravan. And for us, that was a really big selling point of the caravan. If we didn't like the decor, it just was not going to be a goer for us. Some of the things we don't like is quite interesting. The kitchen area is too small, the washroom is too big, the loo is on the wrong side, it's too dark by the door, the trim under the door is always dirty and it's tricky to keep clean, the awning light is terrible, small single beds, lack of space, dark in the caravan, lack of direct sunlight, and the lack of privacy for the sleeping areas. So there we are. That's quite an interesting don't like list, isn't it? Because what we're saying here is that the caravan itself is absolutely fine. We just don't like the layout because a lot of that is all to do with the layout and the size of the beds, for example. So again, it's given us things here that we can all talk about and we all know what we like and don't like. Now, because we've been caravanning for a number of years and because we know what we like and we don't like, we can now make a list of things that we want. So this is our shopping list of things that we want. We want a fixed bed, an outside barbecue point, lots of kitchen space, the loo on the right side of the caravan, a big front window, an external 12-volt socket, larger single beds, a bike rack on the back, a large sofa, stylish furniture to feel relaxed and comfy, and it's light and airy. There's also a couple of other things on here as well, is that there's a solar panel. We want a fixed solar panel on the roof, and we also want lots of USB sockets. My pet gripe. So that's our list. And what we've done from all of that is we've now put that down into a shopping list, a checkpoint shopping list of things that we are looking for when we go around these caravans. Okay, so you say, so you know what the things you want and the things you don't want, but what about the layout? What are you doing about the layout? Well, that's a really interesting one. We don't know what layout we actually want to go for. And what we have decided to do is we've decided to use the magazine. We're using Practical Caravan here because in the back of the magazine, there is a really handy buyer's guide. It's got all the layouts which are currently available on the UK market. And there's only some layouts that we're really interested in. Now that's quite a big list, but we can start filtering down what we have here. We definitely know we don't want bunk beds, so we can remove all of these layouts down the bottom here. We can probably remove the non-fixed beds because our motivation for buying a new caravan is that we don't go for another non-fixed bed. We want a fixed bed, which leaves us the section at the top here, which is the biggest section, to be fair, of all the layouts available. So a couple of days ago, at the same time we were making out our lists of things that we want and we don't want, we sat down with the magazine and we started to discuss each layout and its pros and its cons, its merits, and things we liked and we didn't like about them. And what we've actually done, I've got another older copy of the magazine here. What we've actually done, I don't know if you can see that, we've actually crossed off a lot of the layouts here that we know we don't want. It has left quite a few left over, to be honest with you. There's a few here which surprised me that everybody said, that could be a good idea, that could be a bad idea. So once we've got a list of layouts that we're interested in, how do we ratify that down to actual caravans? Well, again, using the magazine, what we've actually done is, is we've started with the mid-market range. What we've done here is we've started mid-market, and there's a reason for that, and I'll tell you that in a minute. We've started marking down some of the caravans, the 4-berth caravans that we want to go and look at. And we've made sure it's one of the layouts that we are particularly interested in. Now tomorrow we're going to go and we're going to visit an Eldis dealership. So we were focusing on the Eldis group's caravans and their ranges. So what we've done is we've marked down a few caravans which we're really interested in looking at. The layouts are completely different. There's a fixed bed at the back, there's a transverse island bed as well, and there's also a twin single bed layout which we've not really considered before, but we're quite open and looking forward to reviewing. Now we've chosen mid-market for a very good reason. There are caravans on the range below it, there are caravans on the range above it. Some of the caravans in the mid-market are a bit out of our budget. So what we're looking at is the mid-market to start with, and then we're going to look at the lower ranges as well. The higher markets and the upper markets are way out of our budget range, but we're still going to look at some of them for ideas and inspiration on some of the features and some of the fixtures. So our core is to look at the mid-market, and that's where we're starting. We've made notes down here already of things that we're going to look at tomorrow. Now obviously there are other resources available for when you're buying a new caravan. There is a website, Caravan Finder, fantastic resource. It allows you to search for caravans by their layout, by how many berths there are, whether it's new, whether it's second hand, and it also gives you the current stock levels of some of the dealerships. One of the big things I will say though is get everybody involved. That was the reason why we made this list, because I wanted Angela and Chloe to put some input into the new caravan. You see, it's a massive investment. It's an investment not just with money, but it's an investment with time as well, because this is going to be our holiday home now for a few years yet. We're not going to get rid of it just after a couple of years. We're going to hold on to this new caravan, we hope, for some time. So it's a massive investment in our time as well. So I need to make sure that we are future-proofing it and making sure that everybody is happy. So get everybody involved. It doesn't matter the suggestions that you get, it doesn't matter how small or how silly they may seem, but get everybody's suggestions involved. Because after all, that builds to the excitement. It also builds to the drama and the route and the journey that you're going to take on for buying a brand new caravan. And of course, when I talk about brand new caravans, it doesn't need to be brand new. We are still undecided whether it's going to be new or second hand. We really haven't approached that concept yet. We're going down the new route, but we don't know whether it's going to be second-hand. There's pros and cons to that, and I'm going to cover that off in a future video. So that's it from us today. Now, this video is just the start of a process. I'm going to create a playlist here dedicated for purchasing a new caravan, and I hope that these will be useful for you in the coming months. I'm also going to talk about us going out looking at dealerships and caravans specifically, but also I'm also going to add in some technical advice on things to look for when buying a caravan. So things to look for when buying a second-hand van, and also some technical queries about what you are legally allowed to tow with your current vehicle. So look out for those in the coming weeks, but I'm going to make a small series of videos, and I think that you will enjoy them nonetheless. So that's it from us today. Bit of a waffly one, sorry about that. We'll see you next time, and tomorrow we're heading off to look at some Eldest caravans. So we'll see you soon. Take care now, bye bye.